Hello everyone, and welcome to today's oil painting time-lapse and studio sessions episode 48. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community for creators with over 25,000 classes in drawing, painting, design, and more. Their premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality courses from experts working in their fields, so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving in 2019. One of my favorite classes from Skillshare is actually helping me improve my video editing skills. It's called DIY Filming, where they teach you to create professional-looking videos with inexpensive equipment that you already own. Skillshare is also super affordable, as their annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Join more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare. The first 500 of my subscribers to use this link in the description and on the screen will get a 2-month free trial. Okay, on to the oil painting. So before I begin talking about today's topic, I just wanted to chat about this painting real quick. A lot of you guys might already recognize this piece. She is from earlier this summer, 2018, for my solo show at Sally Centigrade Gallery. This is a jellyfish mermaid, and the title of the piece is Magentas Wish. I've shared progress photos and a few little snippets of her many times on my social media, but I haven't released an official full time-lapse video yet on YouTube. And I wanted to have some new videos and new art content out for you guys this week, but I'm actually finishing up on a handful of commissions, and unless I am completely done with the piece, I don't want to release a half-finished recording. So that's why luckily I have this old footage that I haven't used yet, and hopefully you guys still enjoy watching the process time-lapse of Magentas Wish. And since it is January and the beginning of New Year, I had also originally intended on releasing a video of my 2019 New Year's artist resolutions, but the beginning of this year was a little bit rough on my fiance and I. I wrote a lengthy post about this on my Instagram, and I don't want to get into too many details in this video because I don't want to derail us from the topic at hand. I'll definitely be updating you guys more thoroughly on YouTube in the future, but basically this year was a really rough start, and it made me reflect a lot on what I want to do for 2019. I don't have a list of artist New Year's resolutions per se, but I definitely thought about what I want to do moving forward with my life and with this art career, and what I want to change from last year. I think lately I've just been confronting a lot of emotions that I forced myself to bury for so long, particularly because I have somewhat of a platform on social media, and because I always want to be a source of positivity and encouragement. I almost never allowed myself to feel defeated or to feel regretful or weak. I always tried to convince myself and try to pump myself up as much as I could, and I just tried to always brush off any negative experiences or bad days. But now that 2019 is here, I feel like it's time to really confront those negative emotions head on instead of always trying to pretend that they're not there. Especially since I was so sad for the beginning of this year, I also wanted to make sure that I don't just try to get rid of my sadness. I think something I used to do all the time was always try to force myself to be happy, and anytime I felt any sort of negative emotion, I would try to either numb that emotion by distracting myself or try to force myself to get over it as quickly as possible. And lately I've been kind of realizing the benefit in letting yourself feel sad, letting yourself feel worried or tired or stressed, because recognizing those emotions allows you to recognize that something is wrong, that something needs to change in your life. If you're constantly feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and exhausted, it probably means that you are overexerting yourself and working too much. So, it's way better to allow yourself to feel these negative emotions and let these negative emotions help you reevaluate your life rather than to constantly ignore these emotions and try to bury them and try to wish them to go away. As human beings, we're all born with the ability to detect physical pain. Whenever we feel a part of our body hurting, we know that we need to check up on that part of the body. There might be an injury, there might be something wrong. We go see a doctor, we take care of it. And I think for me lately, I've realized the importance of having that radar, that threshold, that ability to feel pain or to feel injury in my work as well, in my emotional and mental health. A lot of times with my art career, I feel like I've dreamt about it and wanted it for so long that I try to convince myself that there's no way I could ever feel anything but joy and fulfillment from doing art. If I was tired, it was a good type of tired. If I was stressed, it was a good type of stress. And no matter what, at the end of the day, I always convince myself that I had a great day or I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. But I think lately I've just realized that I get so burnt out, I get so stressed, so exhausted. I spread myself way too thin and I bite off more than I can chew, and I always find myself lacking in time and then blaming myself for not working faster or working more efficiently or working harder. And in 2019, I just want to change all of that. I don't know. This really sounds like kind of a vague and messy video, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm really tired. Like, it's really hard to balance, trying to have a social media presence and trying to constantly come up with creative, fresh ideas and to make art and to put my heart into it and to, fulfill all these deadlines for different clients and also fulfill my own goals and aspirations that I set for myself. In 2019, I just really want to recalibrate myself somehow. One of the things I've been really considering is hiring help, like hiring an assistant to help me with sort of the day-to-day business side of things so that I can free up more energy and more inspiration to do art. Right now my work hours are kind of split 80-20 with 80% of the time being spent on the business and management side of things, and only 20% of the time is spent on creating art. And I think back to the beginning, before I had an official art career, or when I was first trying to get started, I spent the majority of my time creating art and kind of waiting for the business side of things to pick up. And now that the business side of my career is gaining more momentum, I am spending so much of my energy on the non-creative business tasks that it kind of has been slowly tarnishing my inspiration to create art. Drawing and painting, those things are very fun, but answering emails or calling the post office when packages get lost or creating invoices, things like that are not super fun. And while I understand the importance of doing those things, and I definitely see the value in learning how to do those things, it is really tough on your mind and on your energy levels when you don't allow yourself to have fun anymore, or you don't have enough time to do the fun, important, creative things because you are sacrificing all your time to fulfill the business deadlines. And I think ultimately the heart of it all, like the one thing that gives me purpose and makes this whole art journey and art career meaningful, is just having the ability to sit down and create art and share that art with people. So if I am not giving myself, an atmosphere and a schedule that is conducive to creating good art, creating art that, comes from my soul, that is authentic and, full of passion, and art that I truly am proud of and truly believe in, then what is the purpose of doing any of this? So in 2019, I just want to get back to basics. I want to rediscover that new and completely unadulterated love that I had for making art, and also just make sure that I create a work environment and a lifestyle that allows me to be my best self and allows me to create my best work. Because 2018, I feel like I was trying to do too many things, and what suffered the most was pretty much like my artistic inspiration. I mean, I felt quite proud of the pieces I made for my solo show, like, one of them being the piece you're witnessing right now. But I just feel like for so much of it was me gritting my teeth and forcing myself to finish for the sake of chasing a deadline, rather than me feeling just completely, moved and inspired and giving in to this like artistic muse. And I want to rediscover that muse. So 2019, I definitely want to recalibrate. I want to change things up. I want to make sure that I prioritize my art first and foremost and get that creativity, get that inspiration back. I have no clue how to hire someone. I've never hired an assistant before. I don't even know where to start. I don't know much about, finding a third party to make my prints for me. I've always made my own prints, and it's going to be really hard to give up that control over the whole printmaking process. But either way, I have to come up with a plan, and I have to find a way to free up more time so that I can go back to what I love doing most, and that is painting and drawing. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you all so much for bearing with me as I ramble nonsensically. Regardless of how exhausted and down I feel sometimes, seeing all of your encouraging words and feeling all of the love and support you guys give me, it really does help me so much and just motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. So, regardless of what happened in 2018 and how rough the start was to 2019, I'm still very grateful to be here and very grateful to be chatting with you guys and to have you guys in my life. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. The original painting has already been adopted, but I still have fine art prints available in my store at happyd-artist.com. If you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and so much more, all available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!